Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis, and today I want to do an update on the shade house. There were some issues with it leaning, so I don't think you can really tell, but this yard is actually at not this much of an angle, but it's at a steep angle, and so over time the conduit shade house was starting to lean in that direction. So I'm fixing it up. I'm adding some better braces in the corner. I'm actually drilling them in, and I'm going to have two braces on each corner, so that should help hold the whole thing up. I'm also going to have a cord, or rather a wire, that goes across the top and then latches onto the wood fence. You can see what it looks like behind me. At first I figured that latching it to the wood fence wouldn't be good because it's not a load-bearing structure, but this whole thing is so incredibly light, and I'm going to drill it into one of the posts. And due to the lightness of the frame from the metal conduit, I don't think it's going to have any effect on the fence whatsoever, but it'll help stabilize the whole thing to prevent gravity from slowly listing it over to the side. And hopefully that will be the last of the repairs to this particular device. And this video should be fairly quick, but this is just sort of hopefully the final phase of this whole shade device structure thingy that you can reference in the future in case you build such a structure for your own orchids or other plants or other reasons. Anyway, let's get started. And when I say that this whole thing was slanting, you can really see what I mean. You can see from this angle, the legs don't line up, and then this angle is really obvious when you're looking towards the east, up towards the fence, and just see how the whole thing is sort of basically a slow motion falling towards the camera. That's why I have that big brace there on the left to prevent it from slanting anymore. And so here's just a quick sped up version of me and the wife pushing this back into place. And I was actually really worried that the different pieces or parts would start to pop off, but they really didn't. So we were able to get it significantly back into place, and really ready to get the braces updated, and then eventually to have this cord that will support the whole thing. Next thing I needed to do was to take down the old braces that you can see there in the corner. They were held into place by these metal brackets that they didn't really do enough. So instead I'm going to pull them down. I'm going to drill holes at the end of each brace, and then actually drill them into the side of the metal conduit to be much more sturdy and stable and hold it all in place. Okay, so I've gotten these machine screws here, and I have taken one of these cross beams off and drilled a hole into it with a 5/32 drill bit. And I've got one here and here. And so what I plan to do is attach it like this, and then cut up this pole here and have another cross beam attached all over the place. So you can hear the disappointment in my voice there. Basically, the hole I had drilled was just slightly too small, so as I tried to get the screw into the conduit, it just stripped the whole thing, which means that the hole needs to be bigger. So I have to totally redo that, which of course is frustrating. So instead I found that the 3/16 drill bit was better. It makes it so this fits in pretty loosely, but I'm gonna have a nut on the end, so it's not so bad. I was hoping for a tighter fit, but I just don't think that's gonna happen. I tried it with that other screw, and it just didn't work. So we're gonna go a larger hole and use this drill bit instead. So while I got the hole size right this next time, it was a real pain in the butt because I was using just sort of an ordinary drill bit, and what I really needed was a metal drill bit, and to get things more lined up than they actually were in real life, because those angles really matter. All right, so that was a total pain in the butt. I learned about angles and the importance of angles through 2 circular metal rods. And I think I'm going to go to Home Depot and buy a metal specific drill bit. So I'll be right back. Okay, I think this is mostly done. You can see that I attached these braces here on the side. I've got 1 on each corner, and then I've got 4 more that I'll add very soon, but I don't need to show you that. And so each one of those braces that's on the ground will go up in the other corner that isn't currently braced, so that each corner will have 2. And that should help keep this square. And you can see that this post is square and not leaning. This post is still a little janky, so maybe I'll try and push that back into position. We'll see. But it shouldn't be falling towards the camera really anymore, because I've added this. So what I did is I have an eye hole here, and then I have a swivel thingy, and I'll put the name down here. I'm totally forgetting it. In a small airline cable that comes across and provides a little support for this, but not much. Mostly it's keeping this. I drilled a hole here and then attach it to the fence here and attach it to the fence here, so that this basically holds the whole thing up and prevents it from slowly going down the hill. So that's it. My apologies that this is kind of a boring video, but I wanted to do an update on this and show everybody how it can be done and add it to my little series here as the final piece of the equation. And then of course, when it's warm again, I'll get a shade cloth across here. I'm also going to put a shade cloth across the front and across the back, because I did have some sun issues as the sun tracked across the sky and came back over the course of the summer. Anyway, hope you're having a great weekend. Talk to you later.